Maya was 27, working as a marketing coordinator in Chicago, pulling in $52,000 a year. On paper, that sounded like enough, but every month she'd check her account around the 25th and feel that familiar panic. Nearly zero. No savings, no investing, just a cycle of earning and spending that felt impossible to escape. She wasn't irresponsible, she just didn't have a system. Then a coworker mentioned three numbers that changed everything: 50, 30, and 20. Today, we're breaking down exactly what those numbers mean and how you can use them to take back control of your money. The 50-30-20 rule is a budgeting framework popularized by Senator Elizabeth Warren in her book, All You're Worth. The idea is beautifully simple. Divide your after-tax income into three categories. 50% covers your needs: rent, groceries, utilities, transportation. 30% covers your wants: dining out, streaming services, hobbies, travel. And 20% goes towards savings, investments, and paying down debt. That's it. No complicated spreadsheets. No tracking every single coffee, just three buckets that give every dollar a purpose. This is the system Maya had been missing, and the moment she saw it laid out, something clicked. Before Maya could apply the rule, she needed one number: her actual take-home pay. Not her $52,000 salary, her after-tax income. After federal taxes, state taxes, and her health insurance deduction, Maya was bringing home about $3,400 a month. That's the number that matters. If you have a regular paycheck, just check your direct deposit amount. If you have a side hustle or freelance income, average your last 3 months. This is your starting point, your real financial foundation. Everything in the 50-30-20 rule flows from this one honest number. Here's what Maya's monthly budget looks like when the 50-30-20 rule is applied to her $3,400 take-home pay. 50%, that's $1,700, goes to needs. 30%, $1,020, goes to wants. And 20%, $680, goes straight to savings and debt payoff. This pie chart is a visual gut check. When Maya first mapped her actual spending against these segments, she discovered she was spending nearly 45% on wants and almost nothing on savings. Seeing it visually made it impossible to ignore. This is the power of putting your numbers on paper, or in this case, on a pie chart. Here's where most people trip up, and where Maya had her first aha moment. A need is something you genuinely cannot live without. Rent, yes. Utilities, yes. Groceries, yes. Car payment if you need it to get to work, yes. But the newest iPhone? That's a want. The $200 gym membership instead of the $30 one? Probably a want. Maya realized she'd been labeling a lot of wants as needs and giving herself a pass. The honest question to ask is, would I be in serious trouble without this? If the answer is no, it likely belongs in the 30% wants bucket. Being ruthlessly honest here is what makes the system actually work. This is the bucket that changes your life, and it's the one Maya had been skipping entirely. The 20% savings category isn't just about putting money in a jar, it's a priority stack. Step 1. Build an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses. Step 2. Aggressively pay down any high-interest debt, like credit cards. Step 3. Start contributing to retirement accounts, your 401k, especially if your employer matches contributions, and a Roth IRA for tax-free growth. Step 4. Invest beyond that. Maya started with just the emergency fund. Within 14 months, she had $5,000 saved, her first real financial cushion ever. The 20% is where wealth actually begins. Here's the number that stopped Maya cold. If she consistently puts away just $680 a month, her 20%, and invests it in a diversified portfolio that historically returns around 7% annually on average, she could accumulate roughly $244,000 over 20 years. That's not a lottery win. That's not a hot stock tip. That's the math of consistency. Historically, a diversified index fund portfolio has shown average annual returns in that range over long periods, though of course, all investments carry risk and past performance doesn't guarantee future results. But the principle is powerful. Small, consistent savings compounded over time become real wealth. This chart shows the potential growth of Maya's $680 monthly savings contribution over time, assuming a historical average annual return of around 7%. Notice how the curve starts slow. In year 5, she might have around $48,000. But watch what happens after year 10, 15, 20. That curve starts bending sharply upward. This is compound interest, your money earning money on top of money. The longer you stay in, the steeper that curve gets. This is exactly the chart that Maya printed out and put on her refrigerator. It wasn't abstract anymore. It was her future, drawn in a line. Now, real talk. If you live in New York City, San Francisco, or another high cost of living area, your rent alone might eat 40% of your take-home. That's okay. The 50-30-20 rule is a framework, not a law. Maya's friend David lives in Austin and runs a 60-20-20 split because his housing costs are higher. Another friend carries significant student loan debt and uses her 20% entirely for aggressive debt payoff before investing. The core principle stays the same. Give every dollar a category, prioritize needs, protect your savings rate, and keep wants from quietly taking over. Adjust the percentages to fit your life, but never abandon the structure. Here's exactly what Maya did in her first week, and what you can do right now. First, pull up your last 2 pay stubs and confirm your actual take-home amount. Second, go through last month's bank and credit card statements and categorize every transaction as a need, want, or savings. Most people are shocked by what they find. Third, and this is the move that made it stick for Maya, set up automatic transfers. The moment her paycheck hit, $680 moved automatically to her savings account. She never saw it, so she never spent it. Finally, check in after 30 days and adjust. The first month is always a learning month. Today, Maya is 29. She has a $7,000 emergency fund, 0 credit card debt, and $11,000 invested in a Roth IRA and index funds. She didn't get a raise. She didn't win anything. She just gave her money a system. The 50-30-20 rule isn't about perfection. It's about direction. It gives every dollar a job and stops the quiet leak that drains most paychecks before the month is over. Start with your take-home pay. Split it honestly. Automate that 20% and check in every month. If Maya can go from $0 savings to $11,000 in 2 years on a $52,000 salary, the math is absolutely available to you too. This is educational content. For personalized advice, please speak with a licensed financial advisor. Everything in this video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Investment projections shown are hypothetical and based on historical averages. They are not guarantees of future performance. All investments carry risk, including possible loss of principal. Please consult